We're on the trail of Moscow Gold, a Russian spy, his wife, the candidate in the Caerphilly by-election, and, if we're in luck, his master, Nigel Farage. So, we're not in luck because the door's been closed. I'm going to say hello. My name is John Sweeney, I'm from The Nerve. We're just wondering, are there going to be any VIP visitors today at all? Okay, you're shaking your head. Is there anyone I can talk to, a press officer? I'm from The Nerve, it's a new website. Welcome to the valleys. Welcome to Reform. So what connects the Russian spy with the Reform Party candidate here in Caerphilly? Well, one Nathan Gill, a close associate of Nigel Farage, at least he used to be, and also somebody who worked hand in glove with the Reform Party candidate here, Powell. And that's not good because Nathan Gill has pleaded guilty to 8 counts of bribery, and the money was handed over by a Russian spy, Oliver Loshin. Gill's pleaded guilty, and next month in November he's going to be sentenced, and the likelihood is that he's going to end up in the 21st century of one of these places. Back in 2017 for BBC Newsnight, I interviewed Nathan Gill about the new UKIP leader, Neil Hamilton. Now, Gill has pleaded guilty to accepting bribes from a Russian spy. By-election tomorrow for the Senate. Who do you think is going to win?
I would like to think Labour, but maybe Reform.
The interesting thing about Reform is that the candidate, Mr. Powell, is an associate of Nathan Gill, who's pleaded guilty to taking money from a Russian spy. Does that worry you?
It wasn't him that did it, was it? It wasn't him that did it.
No.
So, no.
Why have you said goodbye to Labour?
Because what they done to the valleys, they haven't thought of the valleys where I live. Everything is shutting down. Yeah.
And all these immigrants coming in. No, thank you.
No.
Who else is it?
Well, so Reform is the people
Yeah.
people are talking
I don't like
about.
Nigel Farage.
There's a nice picture of him over there.
I was going to say he's not over there, is he?
He's the one that I back up 100%.
He does, yeah.
100%.
We know it's terrible what's going on in this country and all over the world, but
Absolutely shambles.
I always find it very difficult to vote anyway.
From The Nerve, there's a by-election here tomorrow. Who do you think is going to win?
I think Reform will take it. I've seen a lot about them. That's just my opinion.
I hope Plead wins.
Your friends who live here, are they worried about the fact that the Reform candidate was friends with this chap, Nathan Gill, who took money from a Russian spy?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, clearly they've been funded by the Russians, and I mean, he's...
They deny that.
They might deny it, but I think it's true. Otherwise, he took the money because the Russians wanted influence.
Who do you think is going to win?
It's going to be real close, isn't it, to call, I think. As I say, I just hope Plead wins, really, and keep Reform out.
Who do you think is going to win?
Reform.
And are you going to vote for Reform, may I ask? Why?
I think we need a change. I do think, and all the others haven't been any good lately, so I fancy a change.
Does that worry you, the Russian spy connection?
No, it doesn't worry me.
And what do you want to change? What things do you want Reform to do to come in? What do you expect them to do when they come in?
Stop the legal immigrants. That's the big thing with me. I want it stopped so that the money will stay in this country and not go to foreigners.
Are you lifelong Labour?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Why do you think people here, because the polls are saying Reform's got a very good chance of winning, why do you think that they've abandoned the Labour Party?
I think just they think that Labour aren't working for Caerphilly at the moment, that's all. But and Reform are offering something different, or they say they're offering something different, so I think that's right.
Do you trust Nigel Farage?
No.
Same again, may not be anybody in. Oh, hello. Hi, my name's John Sweeney. I work for The Nerve, which is a website. People from the Labour Party and Plaid Cymru and the Liberal Democrats were all happy to talk to us. So, where is the Reform Party candidate? Good question. Powell. By the way, I'm not the only Englishman who has difficulty pronouncing his name. The gossip is that Nigel Farage calls him Welsh Dave. He's kind of done a runner. He's standing for election. The vote is tomorrow. But he's gone into hiding, it seems. At least Reform Party press officer wouldn't disclose to us where he was. And why would that be? Well, number one, because his relationship with Nathan Gill is a massive embarrassment. Number two, Powell set up something called the Centre for Welsh Studies, which has got a fair number of connections with people on the far right, and that's doubly embarrassing. All we know is the Reform candidate for Caerphilly seems to have disappeared. So we're playing Hunt the Candidate and we're not winning. We had a tip-off from Plaid Cymru that Powell, the Reform Party candidate, was here about 20 minutes ago. By the time he got here, he's gone. All that's left is a rather fancy memorial to an industry that's also vanished in a puff of smoke. So who are you? What's your name, rank and serial number?
My name is Lindsay Whittle and I'm the Plaid Cymru candidate in the Caerphilly by-election.
So you're not a fiction, you're not a figment of my imagination, you're real flesh and blood. Tell me a little bit about where we are. What's this called?
This is the Tommy Cooper Walk.
Because he was what?
He was born in Caerphilly and he lived in Caerphilly, and we're very proud of him. He's a Caerphilly boy, so we've always supported him.
It seems like his ghost has done a magic trick because he's disappeared the Reform candidate.
Well, I understand from many journalists that some candidates are not doing interviews at all, and I think that's a little bit regressive, really. You really need to be getting your message across to the public. This is what you're standing for and how you hope to represent them. So at any opportunity, I'll talk to anyone.
How well is the Labour vote? Because historically this used to be a Labour citadel.
The Labour vote has actually totally disappeared. It's not as if you've pulled the plug out of the bathwater. It's as if the entire bath has collapsed, and I have never ever seen a vote disappear. I have been working this constituency, man and boy, for 50 years, and I can assure you that the Labour Party are going to be lucky to come third. I'm a local person, born and brought up in this town. I've worked in this town making crash helmets in a factory. I've been unemployed in this town when Thatcher closed the foundry down where I worked in. I have lived and breathed this town. I played in this castle behind me when I was a boy.
There's an issue because Mr. Powell, the Reform candidate, he used to hang out with, was really quite close to Nathan Gill. So was Nigel Farage.
He was employed by Nathan Gil, but not at the time, allegedly, when these bribes took place. And the bribes are not allegedly because Mr. Gill has admitted taking bribes from the Russians.
Is that a factor in this election?
It hasn't come up too much on the doorstep, if I'm being honest with you, because Powell has told people that he was not employed at the time and he knows nothing. So I will accept people at their word. People are talking to me about the NHS, about the closure of local surgeries, the closure of 5 libraries in the constituency, 1 swimming pool, the 2 museums that have closed. It's local services that people are mainly concerned with.
What's the Reform guy running on then? What's Mr. Powell? What's his campaign about?
If you listen perhaps to people in the traffic behind us, people often shout, "Stop the boats, stop the boats." Well, the Senedd cannot stop the boats. I would much rather them shout, let me think, employ more doctors, train more nurses, pay teachers more, get quality jobs. Those are the three words I want people to shout. You know, you can shout stop the boats as much as you like, and no one wants to see the boats coming across the channel with people who seem to be desperate on having a new life in Britain. We want to stop illegal immigration too. But at the end of the day, that is Westminster's job. Let Westminster do that job. I want to do the job of representing the ordinary man and woman in the street, in this constituency, in the Senedd.
Has there been a history of this community looking after Ukrainians?
Yes, there certainly has. In Singhenedd, when the Universal Hotel closed down, the local community got together. So many Ukrainian miners who formed the committee, they actually called it the Ukraine Club of Kiev. And the Ukraine families who are here now in Caerphilly, who have fled Russian bombs and bullets, they live here now under our nation of sanctuary. And whilst we in Wales have been looking after these people, Mr. Gill, who was then the leader of the Reform Party here in Wales, was accepting Russian bribes. You know, that's the calibre of these people that the people are now considering voting for. We have always welcomed people as a nation of sanctuary here in Wales, and we are proud of our record.
Caerphilly's favourite son, Tommy Cooper, had a wonderful way with magic. He could make things disappear just like that. And it seems the Reform Party candidate, Mr. Powell, has borrowed from his magic book. Magic, or is it dark sorcery? He has avoided scrutiny. He's avoided journalists, not just me, but pretty much, it seems, everybody from the national newspapers. And that's not good. The last time I saw an exercise like this in pseudo-democracy was in Russia, in Moscow, in 2018 for the presidential election. And the Reform Party should know all about that and who won it, because the victor of that election is Nathan Gill's ultimate paymaster.